What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay Weezy. Welcome to Jay Weezy's World. So, getting straight into the action, no intro this time. Chest and triceps is on the menu tonight. It is Friday, July 18th, right around 7 p.m. Gym is nice and empty. Now, you might ask why do I always call out the date and time, and that's for me because I want to be able to look at this 10, 15 years from now because right now, this is a documentary. I'm using this opportunity to plant my tree. And you might ask, what do I mean by planting my tree? You ask anyone, when is the best time to plant a tree? And they'll probably look at you crazy, first of all. But they'll probably say 10, 15 years ago because you're not really going to see anything until then. That's the point, is that I'm using this opportunity to plant the tree for my health and wellness. And you could do that for anything: finances, family, career, whatever you want to go ahead and do. But I'm done with making excuses around planting my tree from a health and wellness perspective. So just wanted to kind of get that out the way because I'm feeling extremely motivated. My mindset is where it needs to be. So let's go ahead and get into the workout. Gonna get things kicked off with some dumbbell incline bench press, a few warm-up sets just to go ahead and get the chest nice and warm, nice and activated. And then I'm gonna get into my work-in sets a little bit heavier, still being cognizant of my wrist, but the work-in sets are gonna be 3 sets, 8 to 10 repetitions. The workout will be in the description box, so please feel free to go ahead and leave any kind of critique or any kind of kudos, whatever it may be. But let's get this workout in. Moving on to dumbbell flies. Personally, I love dumbbell flies, and if you notice, I do it in a certain way where I don't have my arms kind of all the way stretched out like a plane wing, if that makes sense. I like to keep mine in more of a natural position, so when I'm bringing the dumbbells down, I have my elbows bent, and then I bring it back up for a natural squeeze at the top. For me, this is more of a natural position where I come down, stretch the chest at the bottom, and then I squeeze at the top. Again, squeeze at the top. Bring the dumbbells down, put them down, don't drop them. So here what I'm doing is kind of documenting my physique. Look from the front, look from the side, that way I can reference this at a later point. Now we're going to go ahead and transition to cable crossovers first, high to low, and then low to high. Now, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. I see some guys or women that kind of go out pretty much like 4 or 5 feet away from the machine. For me, I feel like 1 foot forward and having a good stance is perfect enough. So I'm going to, of course, cross with my hands to get a squeeze in the pec at the bottom, and then leave my elbows hooked as I'm coming to the top to get a nice stretch on the chest. And I'm getting 3 sets, 12 to 15 repetitions. What do you guys typically drink as you work out? For me, what I have inside my jug is some liquid IV, of course, sugar-free peach, and then I put a little bit of Himalayan pink salt in it to get some of that salt in there for hydration. But I've been looking into lately movement, but definitely love to get some recommendations on anything you guys feel like might be worth giving it a try. Let's get set for the cable crossovers low to high. I'm taking 1 foot out away from the machine. And then what I like to do when it comes to my cable crossovers low to high is I'm bringing my arms down, elbows of course bent, but bringing them down almost like I'm going to get ready to hug someone, or like a Wolverine stance when he's got his talons out. And I'm going to bring it up again like I'm hugging someone. So my hands are almost like I'm holding a barrel, or my arms are like I'm holding a barrel, and not just straight coming up like a front lateral raise. 3 sets, 12 to 15 repetitions. Transitioning now to the decline press machine. And what I want to show you guys is, don't have your elbows flared out. It's easy to go ahead and do that. Tuck those elbows in and push through almost like a dip, where you're going to go ahead and work in that inner and bottom part of the chest. Bring it down and push through. Push through again like a dip. This is going to be 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. And go ahead and again keep those elbows tucked in so you can maximize what you're getting in at the bottom of that chest. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and move on to triceps. I'm going to go ahead and wipe my bench down. Am I the only one that brings wipes from home to the gym? Or is it just me? Anyways, the triceps are already pretty much warmed up from all the pressing movements we're going to go ahead and do. So what I'm going to use this press machine for is a close grip bench press. And I'm going to get in 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. I don't know if you guys have this at your gym, but the one thing I do like about it is that little latch. You can actually adjust the hand placement of where you're at. I like to make sure that the bar is parallel to my chest and not too low, so I'm not putting my shoulders in a vulnerable position. As you can see right here, I'm going to bring in my hand placement close. Again, I want to have it about shoulder length wide as I'm pushing through. Again, it's almost like the decline machine, except for it's at a different angle. It's flat now, where I'm going to go ahead and bring in that hand placement close so I could just push through the triceps. I'm going to push it up. I'm going to bring it down, and I'm just pushing with my tricep. Yes, there's some chest that's activated right there, but I'm using this, keeping my elbows tucked in and pushing straight through the tricep. Against 3 sets, 8 to 10 repetitions. And yes, I do prefer to use a press machine when it comes to close grip bench press, because it allows me to go ahead and really focus in on those triceps. That's just a personal preference versus the barbell flat bench press. Alright, let's go ahead and get into tricep pushdowns. I'm using this straight bar. I love to use this particular bar when it comes to the outside head or that long head of the tricep. So I'm going to get in 3 sets, 12 to 15 repetitions. And for me, it's incredibly important to have your posture down packed. And I'm keeping my elbows tucked in on the sides, bringing it up to the top of my chest and pushing down. I have a personal preference over when it comes to tricep pushdowns is a higher rep range, because I want to be able to just really put some blood and pressure on those triceps to make that progress. All right, so we're gonna finish off the tricep portion of the workout with a nice finisher, in my opinion. And I definitely want to credit Chris Gethin for this. And so it is 7 reps for 3 different movements. You have 7 reps for skull crushers, 7 reps for head smackers, and then 7 reps of what's called shoulder rockers. And so you're gonna want to go with a lighter weight for this movement, because it is going to be something that is going to put a little bit of pressure on those triceps. It is not easy, especially at the end of your workout. Not the best angle here, guys, so I do apologize for that, but you'll get the point. Again, 7, 7, 7, 3 times to finish off the workout. Overall, this was a really good workout. I want to go ahead and then knock out my cardio goal to burn is 475 calories. I mentioned in my previous videos, I don't focus on time, I focus on calories burned. I really appreciate you guys checking out the video today. We're on the road to 200 subscribers. Please go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.